Hello, ladies and gentlemen, I am the Grand Cat, and today we are a mere 3 subscribers away from hitting 7,000 Grand Cat Grand Fleet members. So we're going to just grind a little bit of the PCC until we get up to 7,000 subscribers. See if we can do it in this live stream. I also have the live stream. I've got the live stream on my laptop so I can see all the comments from all of you wonderful subscribers. I've got my other phone next to me that it can be refreshed to see the live number of total subscribers. So that is what we're going to be using to see if we can get ourselves up to 7,000 subscribers in this here very channel. On this very video itself. Payne said hello. Hello, Payne. Welcome. So if you aren't subscribed, now is the time to do so. If you are subscribed, make sure that your parents are subscribed, your grandparents are subscribed, your children are subscribed, your grandchildren are subscribed, your pet cats, your pet dogs, your goldfish, your gerbils, your guinea pigs, your hamsters. Just make sure that everyone is subscribed. Oh, Payne is our 6,998th subscriber. Thank you very much for that, Payne. We're only 2 subscribers away now from getting the 7,000 subscribers. So while we are waiting, we're just going to go ahead and play some more of PCC. We're currently ranked 2,752. We'll just keep playing. It's 9:18 AM here in the home of the Grand Cat. So a lot of the usual subscribers I think are probably still asleep, being that it is 9 AM on a Saturday morning. But big old Grand Cat, he will happily work through the night into the morning, working hard for all the Grand Cat Grand Fleet members out there. Also, like, there's 0 lag now, and we were using the John Cena. I don't know why there was so much lag last time when we were doing the... Oh my goodness, 20 people just jumped into the stream. Wow, hello everyone. Payne says, I'm from India, our times clash. It's wonderful to hear how far the Grand Cat Grand Fleet extends all the way across the world. I'm very, very pleased when I hear that there is people from all over the world that are enjoying my little channel. Norman says hi. Hello, Norman. Welcome. Welcome to the live stream. So we are currently only 2 subscribers away from hitting 7,000. Payne says, can I join your team? Absolutely. I will explain how you can join my team right now. All you have to do is click the link in the description of this video. It will take you to my little Discord server. And from there, that was actually worked out perfectly. From there, once you get in, you just have to verify to make sure that you're not a bot and you're not someone that has been banned from the server before. And then once you get into the server, just say, hi, I'm a fan of the Grand Cat and I would like to join your team. And someone from the team will get you into the Grand Cat NXT. And from the Grand Cat NXT, you can work your way up to the team that I am in, which is Soul World Order, which is the home of the Grand Cat himself. So once again, the purpose of this stream is just to try and get 3 subscribers. We've already got 1 so far. We only need 2 more. And then that will be us up to a full 7,000 subscribers. And until that happens, we are just going to go ahead and play some PCC. Oh, we're starting to get a little bit of lag now. There wasn't any lag at the start of the video, and now it seems to have decided to show up. Okay, no, it's fine again. I wonder if it's a certain card that's causing lag. And if it is, I'm not sure what one it is. Christopher Juarez says hi. Hello, Christopher Juarez. I wonder if it is the John Cena that causes the lag. Because, look, you can see there's a tremendous amount of lag there. And yet, when we weren't on the actual PCC, there was no lag at all. That's very interesting. So there's lag when we're playing the game, but yet when we're not in the game, you can see that there's no lag at all. I mean, you can just look at the imagery behind Becky Lynch there. You can see that it's perfectly smooth. What is going on here? Chris Juarez says it's 1:21 in the morning and I have to get up at 6 AM to go to the airport. You're going to Hawaii? Well, congratulations, Christopher Juarez. Hawaii is a wonderful place, I'm told. I'm sure you'll have a wonderful time. But if you have to get up at 6 AM, I would maybe recommend getting back to sleep. Big Bossman says, I'm not using John Cena in PCC and experiencing no lag. So I wonder if it is the John Cena. Another thing is, you know, I can go ahead and use this, and there is 0 issues with it at whatsoever. But if we go ahead and play the game, then it's almost as if the Cena animation takes up a lot more processing power. Again, like, there's no lag between these, but if we go in to the game, let's see if there's going to be lag this time. Seems to be fine now. Still all good. No lag. No lag, and yet no John Cena. So I wonder if there's something to do with that. Because that is something that you guys were saying in my comment section in the previous videos, that is the John Cena that causes the lag. Treasure Warrior says, how long is this stream going to be for? Well, it really depends on how long it takes us to get to 7,000 subscribers. We're currently at 6,999. Oh my goodness, we got another one. We are at 6,999. We only need one more subscriber. Who is going to be the 7,000th subscriber to the Grand Cat Grand Fleet? Which one of you will get one of your family members or one of your pets or one of your children or one of your siblings to click that little subscribe button for the Grand Cat? Oh my goodness, we made it. We're up to 7,001. We went from 6,999 to 7,001. Right, I'm going to ask for something rather obscure here. Can someone unsubscribe for a second so that we can get 7,000 and I can have that as a thumbnail? I know it is a ridiculous thing. Ah, look, John Cena is getting used, and suddenly, lag. Revere says 7,000 done. Congrats, Zagarancat. Thank you. Thank you very much. There we go. Oh, thank you. We managed to get 7,000. We've got exactly 7,000 subscribers. Whoever it was that unsubscribed, please go and subscribe again now. We have got to the thumbnail. We have got the screenshot. We have managed to make it to 7,000 Grand Cat Grand Fleet members. And I want to give a huge shout out, a huge thank you to every single one of you. I never imagined that I would get 7,000. I know that 7,000 isn't a lot to big YouTubers. I know there are some YouTubers out there that have millions upon millions. But for a humble Grand Cat sitting in the Grand Cat Grand Fleet here in the home of the Grand Cat in Scotland that has just been enjoying playing W Supercard, enjoying doing these unboxing videos, enjoying playing card games and board games, and tried to share that with everyone. The fact that I was able to do that, and there's now 7,000 of you that are enjoying my little content. It really makes a big old Grand Cat very, very happy. It's a very, very humbling experience, and I'm very, very thankful to each and every one of you. Thank you so much to every single one of you. We managed to make 7,000 subscribers, which is amazing. I am so, so happy with that. Another thing is I can actually refresh the YouTube page now, and yeah, there's a big 7 next to the Grand Cat name now. It used to be a 6, it used to be 6999, and now it's 7001. That is absolutely awesome. Huge thank you to every single one of you out there. That is amazing. Thank you so much for getting me up to 7,000 subscribers. That is very, very cool. Maybe if this continues, I'll get enough subscribers to get a match against Logan Paul in WWE at some point. Although I think we might need a couple more million or possibly even billion subscribers before we can get to that stage. So I wasn't going to do much for this live stream. I didn't have anything planned. I saw yesterday we were at 6,980, and I didn't expect to get another 20 subscribers overnight, but we managed to get there, and it's currently 9:28 a.m. on the 16th of August 2025, and that is Scottish time and the home of the Grand Cat. And we've managed to make 7,000 subscribers, which is absolutely amazing. And a big thank you and a big shout outs to every single one of you. Alex Gardner says hi. Hi, everyone. Hello, Alex Gardner. Welcome to the stream. Gamer Squad says hi. Hello. Seether says good evening, the Grand Cat, and congratulations. Thank you, Seether. It is always lovely to hear from you guys. And I think I already read it out before, but I'm going to read it out again. Ravir says 7,000 done. Congratulations, Grand Cat. Thank you very much. Thank you to every single one of you. You all mean a tremendous amount to this big old Grand Cat. Teether says, thought you were going to take it easy with PCC. Top 3,000 doesn't seem to be taking it too easy. Yes, I suppose that is true. But I am working today, and I'm also potentially working tomorrow as well. So I have to, and I was working yesterday as well. So I really have to like grind in the early hours of the morning or the late hours of night in order to get these numbers up. By the time that I finish work today, I think I'll probably be a little bit lower ranked than 2,705, and all I'm doing is hoping that I can stay in that top 10,000 rank so that we can get that Becky Lynch, because it's almost certainly going to be Becky Lynch at this stage. I'd be really, really surprised if Bayley was able to make a comeback at this stage. So, yeah, it seems to be the game that's lagging and not the phone, because you can see that I can actually move the little cursor around, and it doesn't seem to be so bad. And I think it is the John Cena that is the issue with the lag. Cedar says 100% going to be Becky. I would have preferred Bayley, but you get that. Again, people have been asking me about this, and the main thing that you have to consider is there's a lot more casual fans of WWE, there's a lot more casual players of WWE Supercard than there is the hardcore fans and players, and you have to think, what would the masses go for? And currently Becky Lynch is the Intercontinental Champion. Bayley has not been getting quite as big a push. She's kind of playing third wheel to this feud between Becky Lynch and Lyra Valkyria. So I think that with those things in mind, and also the fact that Becky Lynch is quite public about being with Seth freaking Rollins, that I think maybe that has led to Becky Lynch's popularity in this PCC. Of course, a lot of the hardcore players wanted the Bailey because she is Right Arrow that we've tagged with the Zelina Vega, but you have to really consider what would the majority of people go for. Cedar says, do you think the game will eventually bring in the title bonus for the Women's Intercontinental Championship? I really think they should. I think it should have been in there from the very beginning, if I'm entirely honest. I mean, they've got the United States Championship right there. They acknowledge that it exists. And I think if you work your way up in WWE enough to get the United States Championship, to get the Intercontinental Championship, and if you get the Women's United States or the Women's Intercontinental Championship, you should be acknowledged in the game along with the other champions. However, the game still has the Blue Universal title rather than the Golden Undisputed Championship. And I don't think there's even anything for the World title yet in W Supercard. So I think W Supercard is just a little bit behind. Gamer Squad says I'm at rank 4,000-ish. Alex Garner says, I hope they do all the Midland titles. Yeah, I really think they should. I think if you get to that stage in WWE where you are a prominent champion, that you should be acknowledged and respected. And I really think it's a little bit unfair that the Women's Intercontinental Championship and United States Championship aren't acknowledged, whereas the men's ones are. So that is not entirely cool, but I think that they need to program it in, and maybe we'll get it when they go into the new season. Maybe that'll be a season update rather than a tier update, rather than something that they do in the middle. But I mean, if I was running W Supercard, it's something that I'd have been preparing for when the titles were announced. But maybe they've got other things that they need to work on, and they just haven't had the time or the opportunity to work on giving the bonuses for the Women's Intercontinental and United States Championships. Caesar says it's been long enough already, slack Cat Daddy. Well, they do a lot of work, and I've honestly been really, really happy with the effort that Cat Daddy have been putting in recently. I really love these title images. So I've always loved championships. So I think that's really, really cool. I really enjoy all the special edition cards they've been releasing. Now, if you were still playing back in season, I can't remember if it was season 2, season 3, but there was a whole bunch of cards that were exclusive that you could only get a percentage chance from paid packs. Like, you had to actually buy the packs, and it only gave you a percentage chance of pulling these old school legends. And I think that was pretty abysmal. I really like that they've given you the chances, the free bonus pack chance that gives you a 10% chance of pulling the card. You've got the game modes that give you the chances of pulling them. I mean, sure, you can use credits to have additional chances at them, but I think it's a really, really cool gimmick that they're doing currently. And I think that the Race Supercard have been knocking it out of the park recently. So I'm very pleased with Cat Daddy at the moment. As you all know, I had some severe problems with Cat Daddy at the beginning of Unhinged here. I made that very vocal. I am the kind of person that if I have a problem, I will let them know that I have a problem. I am not the kind to keep things to myself. And I've always considered that to be a strong point of being honest. A lot of people see it as being negative. It's like, oh no, he's far too honest. But no, like, if Grand Cat has a problem, you will know that Grand Cat has a problem. So you don't need to worry about, like, oh, like, is there some underlying hatred? Does he don't want to say anything? It's no. Like, if Grand Cat is talking to you, you are fine. Let's read the rest of the comments here. Gamer Squad says, Becky card is okay, so I don't really care about it, but it's a cool card. Yeah, it also looks like a really nice card, if I'm honest. Alex Garner says, like every title in WWE in the game, says, when is Clash in Paris? It's not this weekend. I don't think it's next weekend either. I think it's the weekend after that. And by this weekend, I mean it's not today or tomorrow. Tom Road to 700 subs. It says 7K. Yes, Tom. I am Grand Cat Road to 7,000 subs and managed to accomplish it today. He says, nice, well done. Thank you, Tom. I know that you are one of those 7,000 subscribers, so that does mean an awful lot to me. Every single one of my Grand Cat Grand Fleet members means an awful lot to me. Jason Voorhees says, hello, everyone. Hello, Jason Voorhees. Alex Garner says, apparently Naomi's out. Yes, she... It's rumored. I don't think WWE has officially said yet, but it's rumored that she might be pregnant, and that might be why they are going to have to drop the title. So it might be Clash of Paris might be Stephanie Vacour versus someone else for the vacant title, or if it is just rumors, maybe Naomi's injured or whatever. Maybe she will drop the belt to Stephanie Vacour and take some time off. Caesar says 31st of August, that's when Clash at Paris is. Alice Garden says, yeah, so Io Sky versus Stephanie Vacour. Tom Road 700 subs says, I just woke up like 2 minutes ago. Didn't expect this. Mortal Glow says, hi. Hello, Mortal Glow. I hope I am pronouncing your name correctly. If I'm not pronouncing your name correctly, please do correct me. I don't want to be mistaking anyone's name. That is a very important thing to me, that I call everyone by the name that they want to be called. But yes, Mortglow says, I'm back. Welcome back, Mortglow. So is it this John Cena that's causing lag? Because the lag seems to kind of come and go a little bit. It's very strange. Morglow says, how are you doing, by the way? I am doing very well. I am very, very pleased. Things are going very well recently, actually, if I'm completely honest, which is good. Normally, his Grand Cat is in some kind of fight or argument with someone, and recently there hasn't been any of that. In fact, actually, I just resolved quite a few things, so I'm very pleased with that. I don't like being in fights with people. I don't like arguing. It is bad for the old mental health. So, yes, big old Grand Cat is doing well. Jason Voorhees says, same, I'm about to head to bed, but I saw his Grand Cat was live, so I'll stay up as long as I can. You don't need to stay up live. You don't need to stay up long, Jason Voorhees. I mean, I'm not going to be live for much longer. We managed to reach the 7,000 subscribers, which is amazing, and a huge, huge shout out to everyone in the Grand Cat Grand Fleet. But Morgulo says, is Zelina a good card? I think it's actually the best card in the game at the moment. She's stronger than the limited edition British Bulldog. James Ward says, only lagging I experience is only in Money in the Bank and Wild. Interesting. Tom Road 700 subs says, do you know what happened on SmackDown? I've not actually watched it yet. I need to watch that, so I'm going to try not to get any spoilers. I'm going to give that a quick watch before I head out to work. Alex Garner says, next milestone, 8,000 subscribers. Well, I don't think I'm going to be live streaming until we hit 8,000. We could be here for a while. But Caesar says, no spoilers, please. Yes, absolutely no spoilers for SmackDown. There's quite a few of us that haven't watched it yet, including myself. Alex Garner says, and best live ever. I try to make every live stream the best live stream ever, because if each one is better than the last, then we're only going to improve, we're only going to make even better stuff, and we're going to have an even more fun time. Tom Road Glory, Tom Road 7,000 subs says the end of next year will be 10,000. Oh, that would be That would be quite the milestone to get to 10,000. I think actually the next big milestone is probably going to be 7,500. I think I had 2,500 as a milestone. We had 5,000 as a milestone. 7,500 is 3/4 of the way to 10,000. And then after that, of course, is the big 10,000, which would be huge if we could get to that. Of course, if we could get to 100 million subscribers, that would be a massive. But Alex Gardner says, when's your birthday as a Grand Cat? My birthday will last for a week. It is a very strange thing. But yes, it happens in February. And it goes from anywhere from the 14th to the 21st of February. It is an entire week of Grand Cat birthday celebrations. Jason Voorhees says, I missed SmackDown too because went to the movies, but I recorded it so I'm watching it when I wake up. Absolutely, that's very, very cool. Morglow says, my best card is Eddie Guerrero, 112 charisma. That is very, very cool. Jason Voorhees says, Eddie's my strongest card. Also, it's really cool that you can pull the Eddie Guerreros and the Dominic Mysterios off of the Summerslam Rocks event. So I think that's also a very cool thing that a resort card has done. Morglow says, I wanted to ask, when I redeem a code, it cannot give me the prize because it says Web O. How do I get it? I'm not sure what the issue is. What's this? Tom Road to Glory says, when it was his birthday, he done a live and said to me and someone else he had a bacon cake. I'm not sure that I ever said that I had a bacon cake. I don't ever remember having a bacon cake, a cake made of bacon, but I do remember there being some nonsense about a bacon cake. I can't remember what the exact nonsense was in it, but I do have vague memory of that. Gamer Squad says, all I'm saying is you should see the end of Friday night. It's cool. Excellent. Okay, that's something for me to look forward to. Tom says, don't you remember? Unfortunately, Big Old Grand Cat has... I've got a lot of experiences that go on in my life, and I can't save all of them to memory. So sometimes Grand Cat needs a little bit of a refresher in order to remember something. I do have vague recollection of the bacon cake, but I remember there being some nonsense involved with that, at least anyway. I'm going to go ahead and do these little draft picks here, and then I think we are pretty much just about to finish up the live stream. But again, a huge, huge shout out to everyone for getting as a Grand Cat up to 7,000 subscribers. We're at 7,001, which is absolutely amazing. There's a big old WrestleMania 41 Gunther here to celebrate the event as well. And I think we might have enough to do a SummerSlam Rocks. I'm not sure if we do, so don't quote me on that just yet. But let's go and see if we can do a quick SummerSlam Rocks before we finish up. We have exactly 10. Oh, we've also got enough super coins in the superstore that we need to go and grab something. So let's go ahead and grab one of these. Let's see what we're getting today. It's an Elimination Chamber Bianca Belair. I think that's actually a new card. No, it's not. In fact, actually, we had a pro of it. Well, remember what I was saying about Grand Cat's memory? Well, there you go. That is almost comically timed. Tom says, dang, Bayley is losing by a bit. Yes, I think it's largely because of the storylines in WWE at the moment. The fact that Becky is the Women's Intercontinental Champion. She's got a more prolific storyline. She's also been doing stuff with Seth freaking Rollins on things like TikToks and such. So I think maybe stuff like that is what has prompted Becky to have a kind of higher charisma a higher standing in popularity than what Bailey does at the moment. But it's certainly not as one-sided as it was with some of the other ones. I think was it Randy Orton versus Ludwig Kaiser, where like Ludwig didn't stand a chance. um, or was it Ludwig Kaiser versus Penta? I think it was Ludwig Kaiser versus Penta. I think it was Randy Orton versus The Miz, if I'm actually remembering that correctly. But this one it started off a lot more even, but it's certainly yeah. Alex Garner says it was Randy versus Miz and Penta versus Ludwig. Yes. I remembered at the end. Sometimes it takes the old cogs a little while for them to actually grind their way up. Seether says, yeah, both were very lopsided. Gamer Squad says, do you know what in the next update, if you know? I'll let you in a secret. Grandcat very rarely knows more information than everyone else does. I don't get any special information. Cat Daddy doesn't send me classified dossiers or documents as to what the next special releases are in W Supercard. I find out at the same time as all of you, but generally, if I find out something, I tend to post it as a video, which makes people think that I've got higher intel than what other people do. But all I am good at is speculation and guessing what new things are. And when people find something, generally someone shares it in my Discord server, and then I share that to my YouTube channel, which is where you get to see when there's new stuff that looks like it's coming out. So I think that is... Oh, Jason Voorhees says, today is AAA Mania. Can't believe I forgot. Oh my goodness. Well, that's something worth watching. Especially since Dominic Mysterio is going to be in there. Gamer Squad says, so what is your guess? Okay, well, we do know that there's a few things coming out. We know that there's another championship card coming out on Wednesday. Or it's not necessarily a championship card, it says it's a new special edition card. But there's also another SummerSlam 11th anniversary card, just like the Roman Reigns, that's going to be coming out. And I think the other SummerSlam 11-year anniversary one might be John Cena, because he was the face of the Supercard for a good while as well. And I'm not sure what other ones it could be. But John Cena seems to be, like, when you've got something that's like the 11th anniversary of something, you want to use your big headline feature. Alex Gardner says you can check the daily login, it tells you. Well, let's take a look at it. Oh, the Rhea Ripley is the anniversary special edition. Oh, wow, okay. So there goes all that speculation. What does it say for this one? And then there's CM Punk here to drop the mic with a new anniversary one as well. So that's awesome. So we're getting a Roman Reigns, we're getting a Rhea Ripley, and we're getting CM Punk. Very, very cool. Alex Arden says, see, there you are. Well, remember what I was saying about how Grandcat doesn't have any information, any specialized information, and how you guys get the same information as I do? Well, sometimes you guys get even more information than I do, and sometimes I'm the one that needs to be told what the new cards are. So that is all very, very cool. We do know that there is a brand new Luchador card, which is Dragon Lee, which you can get from the W Supercard web store. And there's also, if you haven't checked out, the last video that I put up is there's a free gift on W Supercard web store that gives you a 10% chance at getting the special Luchador edition version of Axiom. And I think they maybe said that there's another Luchador coming out. Maybe they did, maybe they didn't. Maybe the new Luchador that was coming out was Dragon Lee. I'm not sure. But, yeah, so there we are. So, of course, after PCC finishes, the next thing we have up is Ring Domination followed by Road to Glory. And we don't currently know what the event card is going to be for that, but I am looking forward to it. And we have... how long left? We have 2 days and 12 hours left in this PCC event, and I'm going to try my hardest to be in the top 10,000 so that we can get one of these Becky Lynch cards. It would be cool to get the Bailey as well, but you can only get one of the two cards in these PCCs. Alex Garden says, I want the equipment of Dragon Lee. Alex Garden says, what's the team event? The next team event is going to be Team Road to Glory. It doesn't mention. Okay. The last one was Team Ring Domination, so I think the next one will be Team Road to Glory. Those kind of alternate between the two. And Gamer Squad says, I got the Roman Reigns first try. It was crazy. That's very awesome. And of course, you can get a pro from completing the quest. Jason Voorhees says, I have the Axiom equipment, but no Axiom card yet. Well, I think the Luchador cards seem to be linked to the WWE Supercard web store, whereas all of the championship cards are all available to get through the game modes in the actual WWE Supercard app itself. Alex Gardner says, yeah, easy. Jason Voorhees says, it took me over 400 picks to get before I got Roman. Took me ages to get Roman as well. And it was literally like while I was playing something else. I can't even remember what it was I was doing. And I pulled the Roman Reigns and I was like, oh my goodness. And couldn't even make a video of it. It just happened so quickly. And I was like, oh, dang. So that's why I made the video of making the quest, completing the quest and getting the Roman Reigns. And the next one will be when I get both up to level 100. But I'm not doing that just yet because I'm focusing on playing PCC instead. Alex Garner says, I would love a Team Giants Unleashed. That would be crazy. I'm not sure what a Team Giants Unleashed would look like. That would be very interesting to see. Jason Voorhees says, that would be sick. Yeah, I agree. Tom Road to Glory, Tom Road to 700, Tom Road to Glory. Tom Road 700 subs says, can you get Roman off the draft board? You can. You can pull one Roman per account off the draft board, and then you can get a second Roman Reigns off of completing the OTC 1 quest. So that is going to be very, very cool indeed. And with that said, folks, I think that is now going to be time for me to finish up this live stream. I'm going to go and watch SmackDown. We're going to try and watch SmackDown before I have to head to work. But again, a huge, huge thank you and a huge, huge shout out to all 7,001 subscribers, all 7,001 members of the Grand Cat Grand Fleet. You all mean so much to me. You have no idea. And I all hope that every single one of you has a wonderful day today and has a wonderful weekend. But with that now said, folks, that is going to be it for this little video, and I really hope that you've all enjoyed. And if you did enjoy it, please give me a like, share, and subscribe. And if you are subscribed, make sure you click that notification icon so that you can see when more of these glorious little videos go out. And we shall see you all in the next video. Goodbye, everybody.